A huge WrestleMania matchup is in the works. Alexa Bliss's initial WWE return plans have been changed, and Fandango returns to NXT. Find out what he did in this video. We kick things off with things that happened at the Royal Rumble having WrestleMania implication news, Sam.
Just a mental Rumble all round.
Oh, yes, it was.
Just very big, very tasty.
But during that Rumble, we saw, of course, CM Punk eliminate both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Then Logan Paul dumped out CM Punk on the outside where Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins was. There's some bit back and forths. Seth Rollins stomps Roman Reigns a couple of times and puts, according to Michael Cole, Roman Reigns out of action indefinitely. CM Punk then cuts a promo on Raw on Monday night saying he was very happy that while he didn't win the Rumble, neither did Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, and that's a good thing. And then Seth Rollins cuts a promo saying that Roman Reigns is still a bad guy, and Sami Zayn, I know deep down that you really hate CM Punk. So they're all mentioning each other, and that leads us to this quote here, Sam.
Mike Johnson from PW Insider has an update on Reigns first on what the plans are for Mania, saying, for everybody who's asked, my belief is the Roman Reigns is out of action reference made by Michael Cole was more of a way to explain his absence in the storyline short term rather than anything else. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins currently is the plan for WrestleMania 41, he says.
Yes, and that leads me immediately to ask the question, Sam, do you reckon there will be a title involved, or is this going to be a match just solely based on star power?
If you add a title to it, I don't think anybody's going to really sort of blink. It feels like the type of match that should have a title involved with it, but at the same time, the size of the talent, the gravitas and the sort of heat that, these guys are going to be able to generate between each other for the storyline, I don't think it needs one.
Yeah, this is a story that's been brewing for, when was it? The end of 2012. That's when CM Punk brought his mercenaries in to fell the Ryback, as Daniel Bryan used to call him back in the day.
The back and forth over the years, of course, over the fence. So.
And I guess that maybe they could tie in the Paul Heyman favour from CM Punk in this, making this...
Oh, yeah, actually, this is
the main event, because would it be weird to have a non-title match be one of the main events of the Saturday or the Sunday? Well, probably the Saturday.
Unless Roman is so out of action he can't get involved, and Punk's favour is to force him to come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds very saucy indeed. We have a very, very, very bad rumour killer from this week's Raw. So the New Day are making their entrance on this week's Raw with their brand new theme, which is fantastic, which makes you believe that Def Rebel didn't make it. Mega Ran, our pal from back in the day, he does the vocals on the number. And on the closed captions on Raw, everyone got excited when they saw Jim Johnson's name appear when the New Day's new theme was happening. But Sam, Fightful Select have shot down that rumour.
Yeah, they said those who we spoke to within WWE indicated it was an error in captioning and that Johnston is still not with the company. Others indicated there are no plans to bring him back. The track was by Sazy with Mega Ran on vocals. And ultimately, am I sad? Yes. Does Jim Johnston deserve to have a bit of peace and quiet? Yes. I would love to have him back doing themes.
Yeah.
But I like, come on, he gave the world all of the themes for like 30 years.
But it makes you wonder how many bangers, because he's been out the game now for a good 5-6 years.
There's got to be a hard drive just full.
Get the hard drive out. Bring it back. We've been through that Rumble. It was ruined the Rumble for me.
Just put them on Spotify and pretend. just put like 5-star wrestling names for all of the wrestlers.
I don't know how you felt though, but the Rumble match, watching it, just when the music started, then a moment of silence, then the Tron came on, and then the pop. That was doing my tits in towards the end.
It was a bit weird. Yeah. But it's just teething problems in it.
Down with the Def Rebel. They've been there for a while. They need to know what they're doing. Anyway, Fandango was on last night's NXT. He returned to NXT for the first time since June of 2021, I do declare, and he has got himself a title match next week against Lexis King for the Heritage Cup. Sam, basically this is a rounds formula, one of the greatest stipulations of professional wrestling today. But Lexis King, he was freshly turned heel after trying to convince everybody for months on end he's a nice guy, but he's not a nice guy.
Oh, he's pooing all over our heritage, isn't he?
Yeah, well,
rounds-based wrestling, that's where it's at.
He wants to get it gone. He wants it just to be a straight-up singles match, just one fall to a finish like every other championship in wrestling. He wants to be the same as everything else.
Well, I quite like the Heritage Cup because it's not a stipulation that I tend to enjoy very much when I see it at shows. But if you've got somebody with WWE's power to make things flow a bit better, I think you can make rounds work.
Yeah, it's a fantastic gimmick in NXT. They've done wonders with it. Anyway, Fandango then appears, a shoot appearance from Johnny Dango Curtis, of course, as he's known in TNA. And he basically says as part of the NXT TNA partnership, he's getting on NXT. And next week there will be a Heritage Cup Championship match. Lexis King versus Johnny Dango Curtis, JDC. And that has been made official by Ava, and it's on.
It's the crossing of the streams, isn't it? It's the whole thought of what happens if somebody comes back with an entirely different gimmick.
Yeah.
Are we just going to pretend, or what's the deal? So
Yeah, because the weird thing was Fandango returned with the Fandango name slate on the Tron.
well, it's going to get the biggest sort of reaction out of the WWE crowd, isn't it?
But then during the promo, he just mentioned that he is going by JDC and he is representing TNA's The System. So that makes you wonder, does the music and the Fandangoisms remain?
Maybe they can get Def Rebel to do a wonderful mashup version.
Fandango.
They just start playing the other one on a little speaker next to them, not even in time.
Noiseless, faceless trap beats. That is what Def Rebel are all about. Anyway, Alexa Bliss made a huge return at the Royal Rumble over the weekend. Arguably the pop of the night, maybe even bigger than Jey Uso's winning pop.
I wasn't expecting to see it. I fell hook, line, and sinker for all of the stories.
I don't think anyone was, because I think the story was yesterday that Shotzi was number 21 in the rehearsals and the list of entrants and whatnot before the show. And then while people were in the ring, oh my God, it's Alexa Bliss, not Shotzi.
Yeah.
Then someone, I forget who it was, Joel, put it up there because I'll send you on Slack. Someone put a picture on, I think it was on some social media yesterday, and you can see Shotzi in the background just kind of looking very sad and lost in the corner. It's harsh, but that. Alexa Bliss's return was fantastic. The jacket was nice as well. It's horrible. The wrestling business is horrible. But we do have an update as what it pertains to her potential return to the main roster. Rumours had it, or the stories were, that she was going to go to Raw, which felt weird because she returned, of course, with Lily the Doll. She had a little reference to Bray Wyatt on her jacket with the friend forever, fiend forever.
We know that it's going to have to sort of somehow sink into the Wyatt Six thing if the Wyatt Six has any hope of actually getting off the ground.
Yeah, and that's what Mike Johnson of PW Insider is saying. He's saying there have been pitches to have Alexa Bliss on the SmackDown brand going forwards. PW Insider Elite is told she was not at Monday's Raw taping. The original plan was for her to return to Raw in San Jose. I'm just guessing here, but since the Wyatt Six were moved to SmackDown, perhaps that is the connection to the pitches.
You can have a kind of cross brand right now because we're in that weird open window system.
It closed on Sunday.
It closed on Sunday today.
Yeah.
They never really stick to it, do they? But ultimately, I think, it makes the most sense for it to end up wherever the Wyatt Six are. I really want to see them get a fair shake. Not like they haven't had a fair shake already. They've had some really good set pieces. I mean, murdering Chad Gable, for one. That was obviously like a huge statement. But ultimately, to physically be present more on TV, I think Alexa Bliss is the glue that holds all that together. So,
oh yes, it could be. It could well be indeed. But could Alexa Bliss be heading for stuff outside of the WWE? Because this report from Mike Johnson continues. We're also told that Bliss's big reaction at the Rumble caught the attention of some in the Hollywood circles.
Ooh.
Nothing to do. Well, I guess it is kind of do with Dwayne The Rock Johnson because he isn't kind of in Hollywood, but not Hollywood
it's
Rock.
all of Netflix's comps in it.
Hollywood. Yeah. As we've noticed, the entertainment world is paying a lot closer attention to WWE talents for film and TV projects post Netflix debut. So Alexa Bliss, Stranger Things, it's confirmed.
Well, look,
in my mind,
if you see her come to the ring with nearly 100,000 people going absolutely wild, it's like, well, it's 100,000 people that will likely watch something that stars her.
Yeah.
Or that she features in.
Yeah.
So I think that we're going to see more and more as more and more Hollywood names and execs pop through to just have a look. But yeah, get her on the Mandalorian, but give her more speaking lines than Sasha had.
Oh, is that because you're a WWE shill,
No,
Sam?
just to start some sort of war where wrestlers need to have more and more prominent roles until they are just fill in all of the top Hollywood movie roles.
Yeah, then wrestling will take over the world forever, right?
And then we can have a Star Wars match between Alexa and Mercedes Moné.
Shoot lightsabers?
Yeah, shoot lightsabers.
Shoot Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah.
How about a little bit of
He can
Darth
be the
Maul
guest
for you?
ref. Darth Maul? Oh, yeah, he's got to do a run-in at some point with all the crazy stuff.
It's the best Star Wars film, Sam. Everyone knows this. Aiden upstairs has an Episode 1 t-shirt that he wore unironically last week in the office.
Look, I will say that in the years since it first came out and seeing how much that film destroyed my dad's heart, I have grown to appreciate it somewhat. The pod racing sequence, though, all-timer.
Oh, the Anakin.
Oh,
and the evil lad. Forgotten his name.
I still can't believe you didn't know the eventual. Anyway, sorry, end of the news.
End of the news, yes. Owen Mawson is ill. Jack the Jobber is on a walk. So their stream last night has been cancelled, unfortunately. But if you do want some football-related streaming stuff, I'll be live at 3:30, or is it 3:15 this afternoon on the Hold and Give YouTube channel. Go to the homepage of this YouTube channel. Go to the bottom, it's the yellow circle. Click on that and I'll be there. It's 3:15, I think I set the timer as. So see you there if you fancy it. If you don't, we'll see you later today for news video 2.
What else? Get along.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I'm lonely.